Hi everyone, I'm Kat and welcome to my channel, Naturally Beautiful Girl. So I haven't done this in a while, but I thought it would be fun to sit down and do a bit of a get ready with me. I have a bunch of new or new-ish products in front of me that I am wanting to play with and try out, so I figured I would just sit down and play with them with you guys. You can just kind of chat, hang out if you want to do your makeup with me, or you know, if you want to drink a glass of wine while you're watching, that's also totally cool. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into applying some makeup. So because it's actually a lovely day today and I am intending to actually go outside, I already have sunscreen on. I put on my Josh Ruiz-Brick Nutrient Day Cream, but some more SPF is always good because let me tell you, I have not seen the sun in like months. Obviously I've reviewed this and talked about it quite a bit on my channel, but this is the Ilia Super Serum Skin Tint SPF 40. So I'm going to be applying this today as my foundation. So how have you guys been doing? I feel like I haven't just like hung out and chatted with you guys in a while. It's been a weird time. I'm sure it has been for you too. It's certainly been a weird time for me. Okay, so I like to, let's see, do I want to use my fingers or a brush? I'll just use my fingers today. Today feels like finger day for applying my foundation. Sometimes I do use a brush with this one. It really just depends on what kind of mood I'm in. Oh, and I have the lightest shade of this foundation, which is the shade Rendezvous, by the way. And it adjusts a bit to your skin tone. So, yeah, so let me think. I guess I should give you an update of how things are going here. So, it's been about 2 months now that I've more or less just stayed at home. I really have not been leaving. My husband, shout out to him, has been going to the grocery store and braving that mess. It's been quite chaotic trying to get to the grocery store. It normally takes him about 2 hours because he actually has to stand in line for about an hour to actually get into the store. We tried different days. It's bad no matter which day he goes, so that's kind of how things are at the moment. Let's see, so I really have not left. We went on one expedition to Home Depot. We did like a curbside pickup there for some items and got some gas in our car, which we also needed, which was nice. Gas prices were super cheap, which they have not been. You know, we live in Boston and the gas prices are relatively high here, especially, well, they're higher than they ever are in Florida. But yeah, other than that like trip to Home Depot, I really have not been outside that much. I'm hoping to sit out on our back porch a little bit this afternoon, which is why I'm going in with all the sunscreen. The weather honestly has not been that great in Boston. It's been really cloudy, really rainy, and really cold. It's actually in the 70s today and sunny, so I am super happy for that. This isn't a new product, but it's new to me. This is the Saint Cosmetics Concealer, and this is the shade Alabaster. I'll be applying this under my eyes. So, well actually, I should explain that. So the reason we actually went to Home Depot is because I purchased a vertical garden. So if you guys have been following me for a couple years, you'll remember that I used to do a rooftop garden. So at our old apartment, we lived in a big apartment like complex, and on the top of the parking garage they had rooftop garden plots, which was super cool. And we planted vegetable gardens for 2 summers and it was amazing. We loved it. And then we moved and now we live in a city. We don't live in a big apartment complex. We live in a house that's been converted into apartments, which is pretty common for Boston. And what that means though is we don't have like space to do a garden. So I bought this like vertical planter system, and I'll actually put a picture of it up. It's really hard to explain, so I think the picture will do a better job at explaining this. But I purchased it and we are getting ready to plant. I will actually be doing that tomorrow. And I needed soil to put in it because, you know, it's kind of hard to grow plants out of soil. So we had to pick up some soil from Home Depot, so that's what we were doing there. So for my next product, I'm actually going to be trying these out. These are the new Axiology Lip to Lid Balmies. I got the set that had 3. It has the shades Champagne, Sorbet, and Rosé. This is the, what is this set called? I think this is called the Cotton Candy Skies set. So I was super curious about these. These are zero waste because they come in the little paper wrapping. Are these mini? And they look really small. I don't know if they're all the size or if just the set was like mini, but if the sets were minis, I didn't fully grasp that online. But it's okay because honestly, with the amount of products I have, I rarely go through products that quickly. So yeah, this will work. So I think I'm gonna take the shade, let me take this one right here. I think this is the shade Sorbet, and I will apply this to my cheeks as some blush. I think, how do I want to do this? I think I want to put this on my finger and then apply it. Because I have a feeling with this foundation, if I just try and go directly on top of the foundation with the crayon, that'll just lift the foundation off. Well, maybe it's working. Okay, let me see here. Okay, this is working. This is working better than I thought it would. This is the fun of playing with new products. You never know exactly how they're going to work, which is one reason I don't do this super often on camera, because you just aren't sure what you're working with. Okay. So anyway, these are zero waste because they have the paper packaging rather than like a metal or plastic or glass packaging, which, you know, is cool. I do wonder though if they're going to dry out. That's been like one question I've had because they don't have a cap. I guess I will find out and let you guys know once I know. Okay, so that gives like a light flush to the cheeks. Let's do some on this side too. So yeah, anyway, I'm super excited about the garden, especially because, you know, I've come to the realization, like, I have no idea how long we are going to be stuck in this situation. Like, when I first started, I was like, maybe by the end of May. Now, I'm not sure. The stay-at-home order for Massachusetts has been extended, which it should be because our number of cases is still not going down. So I'm totally supportive of that remaining as it is, because it's very much a serious situation, and we should have shut down our state earlier, but that's a whole other discussion. But anyway, so I'm totally fine with that, but I just don't know when, you know, things are going to go back to normal. And, you know, I was thinking, like, what do I want to do this summer if I like can't go out and can't do things still? And I realized I really wanted to garden, so I'm really excited to be working on a vegetable garden. Okay, so that was just a very light flush of color. I'm okay with that. I think it would have worked a little better if my foundation wasn't as glowy as the Ilia skin tint. Also, it's like pretty glowy because I had on sunscreen underneath it too, so like it's a very glowy situation, but I think that these lid to lip Balmies would work better if I was putting it on a less glowy base. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set, let's see, I want to do that. I'm going to go ahead and set my under eyes. Going to be using, of course, my 14E setting powder to do that. Even though the Saint Cosmetics concealer has been hanging out on my under eyes for a while, it's really not that bunchy. Like, it really is a beautiful concealer that creases very minimally. I love it. It's like one of my go-to concealers right now, so it's a really great product. Let's see, what else is going on? It feels kind of funny because there's honestly not been that much excitement. One of my co-workers, this also is related to plants, but one of my co-workers, who's a really, I mean, she's a friend too. She and her family are moving back to Europe because of visa issues, and they can't get a visa to stay, or they can't get a green card to stay in the US, and her visa is expiring, so they just have decided to move back. My company fortunately has offices in Europe, so she's moving to one of the European offices. But she, like me, is a huge plant lover, and she has a lot of plants, including one that I gave her when we went over to her house for a party. But because she's moving across the Atlantic, she obviously cannot take her plants with her. So she came by yesterday and dropped off her plants. Don't worry, everything was done from a very safe distance. She dropped them off on my porch. I like yelled down to her out on the street from my porch after she dropped the plants off. We chatted for a couple minutes from, you know, more than 6 feet apart, and then she left. But because of that, my plant collection is actually like doubled. So I have oodles of plants at the moment, which is really cool, but I also have a lot of new plant babies to take care of. Okay, I'm gonna try this champagne lid to lip balmy as a highlighter. Not that I really need a lot of highlighter right now, but I think this could be pretty. So I'm gonna apply this right here on my cheekbone. Okay, so okay, this is working. I was worried that it was gonna be a little deep for my skin tone, but you know what? I think it's working quite well. What do you guys think? You'll have to let me know in the comment section what you think of the shade of the highlighter. Let's see, what else is going on? I've been cooking a lot, I think, as everyone has, but it's been a bit of a different situation because I always make dinner for us for the week, and then I make myself lunch for the week, but my husband's work has been providing him lunch. So they'll get like catering for lunch, and so I have not had to deal with cooking or preparing lunch for him. Obviously, like, I'm not the only one cooking. Like, full credit, my husband does a lot of cooking too and helps out a lot. But I've been having to cook dinner for both of us for every night, and lunch as well, well, and breakfast too. So it's just been a lot of cooking. Like, one of the nice things about cooking right now is that we definitely have more time to cook, which is really nice, because I feel like in the past, you know, like before we were staying at home, you know, you were cooking and just like rushing around a lot more. So even though we are doing a lot more cooking, we still have more time to cook, which makes it more enjoyable. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, I need to go ahead and set my face because I'm looking really glowy, and I'm going to be using my Clove and Hallow pressed powder foundation. I have the lightest shade of this, and I'm going to just dust this all over my face. I do like that highlighter. Like, yeah, I do like that. The lip to lid balmies in champagne was a really nice highlight. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention with the garden too. I actually think I may film that and kind of do some like garden vlogs. I mean, mainly because, you know, I would enjoy it. We'll see if you guys will or not, but my husband, it was funny, we were talking about the garden, he's like, are you gonna film it? And I was like, I don't know, I hadn't thought about it. And he's like, well, everything's content. And I was like, that's a good point. And also, everyone's just looking for like things to watch to distract themselves, and you know, it's a fun activity and something you guys could do pretty easily too. Like, if I can get this going in the little space that we have on our porch, I feel like really you could use this almost anywhere. So we'll see how it all works. Okay, so I'm gonna apply a little bit more concealer on some of these acne spots because they be poking out today. This has been an interesting time too, because I'm sure you guys have noticed, but I've been posting more or less 3 videos on my channel every week, which is a lot. I mean, I can do it because I'm staying at home and I'm not having to commute into work or back home, but it's interesting though too. I haven't talked about this because I feel bad talking about it, because a lot of people have been laid off of work, and a lot of people are, or their work has been like cut and reduced, or their salaries have been reduced and all of that. But it's been a difficult time for me because my work has actually gotten like more busy than it's ever been. It's a really complicated reason as to why it got really busy, and I don't want to go into all of it because I don't really want to talk about exactly what I do for work, and also it's a really weird, very specific job that makes sense if you're a scientist, and basically any outside of the science realm you wouldn't even know that this type of job exists. It's like a very particular job, and it's just been so busy and it's been really stressful, honestly. So even though I've been staying at home, it's really weird. It's like this crazy stress, and I haven't talked about it, but like, I'm stressed from my job, but I'm working at home. But so what I would normally do is like leave to go away from, you know, go out and do things in the city or whatever to reduce my stress, but I can't. But my stress is like here. It's a weird situation, which has led me to feel a lot of stress during this time. I mean, obviously everything else that's going on is stressful, but it's just like compounding stress. So I actually am taking a vacation day tomorrow to work on my garden, so I can kind of de-stress a little bit, because honestly, it's been chaotic. I mean, my hair's in a messy bun. Like, I don't even wear my hair in messy buns, but I've resorted to messy bun status. Okay, so now that I've got that powder on, and I'm looking, I mean, I still am looking dewy, but like a lot better. I'm going to do my brows. I'm still loving the Pacifica Highest Def Hemp Fiber Brow. I need to get a new one of these because I'm honestly starting to run out, but it's just a really great brow product, and it just is, I don't know, it just works so well. I really love it, and I love the price point on this thing too. Like, it's so affordable. So even though I need another one, like, I don't feel guilty about needing another one, which I like. Also, what do you guys think of Pacifica? So I have their new Pacifica Animal Magic palette, and I really like it. I really like this brow gel, but they have been releasing so many products, and they have like so much skincare and body care. It's just crazy, and I honestly can't keep up with the brand. And I mean, I know their ingredients aren't always the cleanest. I mean, I'm fine with it, but the one thing that's really frustrating me actually is they have switched in a lot of their sunscreens to no longer having mineral sunscreens, but having chemical sunscreens. And so in fact, the sunscreen that I used to use from Pacifica, I can't even use anymore because it contains chemical sunscreens, which it used to not contain. So I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, it's kind of weird. It's frustrating because like I love that product and now I can't even use it, so I'm having to find a new sunscreen. So if you have any sunscreen favorites, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm looking for, at a minimum, SPF 30, would prefer SPF 50, and fully physical sunscreens. No chemical sunscreens. I will not use them. They're not reef safe, and also I'm really sensitive to chemical sunscreens. They don't agree well with my skin. They also made my eyes burn in the past. Like, they just don't get along well with me. Okay, so I also have another product that's new. I really did go on like a new product spree, and this is the brand new Kosis Bronzer. And I'm really nervous about this because Reagan said the shade, so I got the lightest shade of this, and Reagan had said that this shade hadn't worked super well for her, but I had to try it anyway, so here I am. And I normally, Reagan and I have very, very similar skin tones, to the point that we wear like the same foundation shades, and if something works for her, it'll work for me and vice versa. Like, we are very close in skin tone. Oh, you know what? I kind of like this. Okay, so this is light, and the packaging is really cute, but Reagan and I were also talking about this. Like, Kosas packaging is all over the place. Like, this doesn't really fit in with anything else in the line. I'm looking around, yeah. Like, there's this product, and then there's this product, which is their new concealer. There's also their lip gloss. Like, everything just has completely different packaging, which, yeah, whatever. It doesn't really bother me. It's just kind of interesting. I'm not sure what's going on with that. But I'm gonna take my brush that I need to wash. This is an old Terry Mia Hero brush, which I still have some of those. I still wonder what happened with her. Like, I do wonder about that. Okay, whoa, this is very dusty. I just like dipped my brush in there. I don't know if you guys can see, and just like powder flew everywhere. So this is super dusty. I'm gonna knock some of this off my brush. So if you try this out, go on with a very light hand. Don't do what I just did. Okay, let's try and bronze here. Okay. This is very warm toned. Okay, this is not at all what I was expecting. Okay, I think I have too much on my brush to begin with, and it's really grabbing onto this dewy foundation. So this whole combination of like dewy foundation and powder bronzer is not necessarily the best here. I'm gonna have to blend that out on that side a lot. I'm gonna grab my powder brush here and blend this out a little bit because that got way too much over here. I do think it was a problem with I dug in too hard with my brush, got too much powder going, and then my foundation is really dewy even with having put powder on. It was a lot. So having blended everything out a bit with my powder brush, I think this looks really nice. I think I have like a nice sun-kissed glow going on. I think it looks pretty good. So moving on to eyes, of course I'm going to start out with my Erin's Faces primer. Eye primer, I should say. I absolutely love this. It's really, honestly, really good. If you haven't checked this out and you have oily hooded eyelids, this is kind of a savior. Or at least it has been for me. The one thing I don't know how this would work if you have a deeper skin tone is this. It is tinted, which I like. It works well for my fair skin, but I don't know if you have a deeper skin tone how well this would work. That's the only drawback with it. You guys have been asking if I like this better than the Lima Pure, and I think so. It's not as intensifying as the Lima Pure eye primer, so if I want like a really intense eye look, I go for that one, but if I really want my eyeshadow to stay in place, this is the way to go. Okay, I think I'm gonna actually use one of the Lid to Lip Balm in Champagne on my eyelid. We'll see how that works. Actually, you know what? No. Well, yes, I'm gonna do that, but I actually want to go in first with this RMS Beauty Swift Shadow in Tempting Touch in my crease. I don't know why I was covering this, there's no mirror, but I'm gonna do this in my crease first, and then I will go in with the balm. I've actually really been liking this single Swift Shadow that we got in the, oh gosh, what Petit Board box? This was the April Petit Board box. It's just a really nice, you know, brown that's got like a little bit of shimmer to it. It really is a nice color. I'm a fan. Alright. So let's see, we've talked about my work stress, we've talked about gardening, plants. The other thing I've been really enjoying is my husband and I have been playing Planet Coaster on the computer, which is basically like blown up version of Roller Coaster Tycoon, and I love it. Like, I am completely a fan. I loved Roller Coaster Tycoon growing up, and I am really enjoying Planet Coaster. It's one of the things we've been doing on the weekends, and I absolutely love it. So if you're looking for a good like computer game to play, that is a great option. I would totally think about Animal Crossing, but we don't have a Switch, and I looked into getting one and they're like sold out everywhere. So I was like, well, that option's not gonna happen. So computer games it has been. Now I've got a nice crease shade laid down. Let's go in with this lip, eyes, cheeks balm on my eyes. This is probably gonna crease and move around, but I'm hoping by laying down the not the the Erin's Faces primer first that will help. We will find out. Okay, so I actually really like how that looks. That's just like a really nice natural look. The balm is a bit stiffer in consistency, so I think this may actually hold in place. I'm intending, because I'm trying out a whole bunch of new products, I'm intending to do like a review of all these. So if you want to see my formal review on these, be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss it, and so you don't miss any of my videos, but that will be coming. Alright, so I'm going to curl my eyelashes quickly off camera, throw on a bit of mascara, and then I'll be back. So I've got on the Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. I love it, but I definitely have realized that my tube of it is nearing the end of its life. It's getting pretty dry. I had to comb it through my lashes with like a lash comb to kind of separate them because they were getting a bit clumpy. Even though that mascara is really great, mine is definitely at the end of its life. So I have one more product to try out that's new, and this is from RMS Beauty. And I don't know about you, but I feel like I follow clean beauty brands and like their launches pretty closely, especially because of my channel, because of trying out products. But somehow this thing like slipped right by me, didn't notice it, and then I was on the Credo website placing an order and I saw it and I was like, oh, okay, I'll try it. So this is like a tinted balm for your lips. I have the shade Passion Lane. I just like the idea of this product because I've been wearing a little bit more of sheer lipsticks recently just because I like that look, and especially with being home, it's just been something I've been gravitating towards. This looks really pretty, so let's try this on and see how it looks. But I feel like this wasn't really advertised. Like it didn't come across my radar at all, so it's kind of interesting. So on first impressions, I like it. It gave a nice amount of color because as you saw, I don't have a lot of pigmentation in my lips. So I really need something that actually gives me color, but it's still really sheer. It is a bit on the more oily side, so I'll be curious to see how it wears throughout the day, but it's super comfortable. So I like it so far. We'll see how it wears. Obviously, like I said, I'll be doing a review of all these new products and also some other ones that I've coming to. I really like how this look turned out. If you guys enjoyed this video, enjoyed having a little bit more of a casual chatty get ready with me, let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. Also be sure to subscribe to my channel. I'm at Naturally Beautiful Girl for more clean and cruelty-free beauty, also a bit of sustainable living, and check me out on Instagram. I'm at Naturally Beautiful Girl. I'll probably be posting more about my garden and stuff on there. I hope you enjoyed this video. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!